This lesson will walk you through the steps of analyzing a counterclaim paragraph. A counterclaim is an argument against a main claim of a paper. For example, let's consider the topic of online learning. The main claim may be that online learning is a valuable and flexible educational option. However, the counterclaim may argue that online learning lacks the social interaction and hands-on experience that is crucial for education. Attached to this lesson, you will find a resource sheet that offers several topics and examples of the main claim versus counterclaims. We are going to analyze this example here of a counterclaim paragraph. This will address the opposing argument, which is another way of saying counterclaim, to a main claim that is in favor of social media as a means of communication. This example is also attached to this lesson and offers a color code to guide in the different parts of this paragraph. The example starts by stating, contrary to the argument that social media hinders genuine communication, it is essential to recognize that these platforms often serve as a catalyst for meaningful connections. This statement is letting the reader know that this paragraph will be addressing how some may argue that social media can get in the way of genuine connections. However, it also mentions the fact that this will be refuted by recognizing that social media can also be a catalyst for meaningful connections. When gathering information for a counterclaim paragraph, you will want to include evidence that directly focuses on how the counterclaim could be wrong. This example continues by stating, while critics emphasize the potential for superficial connections, studies by Martinez and Shen indicate that many individuals utilize social media to maintain relationships that may otherwise fade due to geographical constraints. As you can see here, it mentions what the opposing argument may be. However, this is then followed up with evidence from a study claiming this not to be true and rather brings the focus back to the positive aspects of social media as a means of communication. The attached reference sheet can assist you with implementing terminology where you are able to address the counterclaim and then refute by offering information that supports your particular claim. For instance, phrases such as, despite the idea that, while it is true that, in contrast of the idea that, these phrases can onset, meaning come before, the mention of the counter-argument, which would then be followed by a comma and information to support the main claim of the paper. This paper continues by adding evidence to support the positive ways in which social media can offer meaningful ways of communication. Here it continues. Social media platforms provide a space for people to share personal experiences, celebrate milestones, and offer support during challenging times, fostering a sense of community. As you can see, the source was cited here indicating this information came from research published on the topic. This continues. Far from detracting from authentic communication, these online interactions complement face-to-face conversations, making it possible for individuals to stay connected and engage with a broader network. This statement in particular uses this phrase, far from distracting from authentic communication, which is really intended to offer terminology to strongly refute the counter-argument. Here in the final statement, it reads, by acknowledging the positive impact of social media and sustaining relationships, we can appreciate its role in enhancing, rather than diminishing, meaningful communication. As you see here, This example points out the positive impact that social media has on communication and relationships by implementing strong terminology such as appreciates its role and enhancing. This is then followed up mentioning the counter-argument stating rather than diminishing. A counterclaim added to an argument essay adds credibility to your writing, acknowledging that you understand that some may believe differently. This adds a persuasive element to argument writing that is essential when looking to convince others to agree with you. There are several resources attached to this lesson to give you an opportunity to analyze and also practice developing counterclaim paragraphs. We hope this lesson was helpful. As always, happy reading and writing, friends.